here at St Mary's Findon. It is Sunday, the 7th of September, so 2014, and as some of you will know, our opening recital for the post-restoration is next Saturday. We've already got the publicity out. Stephen Farr's coming to give our opening recital 7:30 next Saturday, and next weekend we have our big call, Evensong, Festival Evensong, with things like Parry I Was Glad. We're going to do Solaire concerto for 2 organs and things like that. So we will have to check that obviously with a week to go the organ must be finished and ready for us, so we'll go and have a look. Until a few days ago the side aisle pews were filled with pipes, so we'll just go and prove to you that the pipes have all gone. And next weekend is our church flower festival, so people are setting up for the flower festival at the moment. So at the moment the only thing in the side aisles apart from getting ready for flower festival is my random pile of organ, or piles of organ music, which will need to be cleared by next weekend and put back up in the organ loft. Look up so you can see the organ from there, so we'll go up and have a look to see what's gone on. So we're going to go up to the organ loft and see what's happened so far. Okay, so going through the choir area, heading up into the belfry. Belfry, we see the first part of the organ that's still got to go back in, which is the pedal boards, which could cause a slight problem if they're not back in, but we're getting there. Let's go in and see what's happening in the belfry. Always encouraging to see now that the pedal pipes are back in. In fact, almost all the pipes are back in, so we're about ready to go. Let's squeeze in and see. Apart from some of the casing to go back, so it may be a bit dark, but all the action is back in at the back here. Let's see if we can get some light on that. The action is all in, and upstairs the pipes are all in as well. So we might just have a quick look up there. So I'm now precariously situated at the top of a ladder. We have a new roof inside the organ to keep out all the dust and so forth, and then almost all the pipes are back in. Over there we've got the swell, for which the shutters still need to go back on, but the swell pipes are in, and you can see the great pipe work there and choir. So we're almost there. They've left out the ones at the front here just for ease of access for now, and they'll go back in next week. So we're now in the where the organ is sits, in the organ console. You'll see, some people may not have seen, all the scaffolding is down, and round here we then at the organ console, and if you just shine the light in there, you'll notice that we have a slight absence of keyboards at the moment, but fear not, these are going back in on Monday, so all that has to be connected to this action in here, and that's going to go back in Monday and Tuesday, and then the organ will be tuned on Wednesday and Thursday, perfectly timed for our organ recital on Saturday, perhaps pushing it slightly closer than we'd hoped, but there we go. We have a video link screen so the audience will be able to see at the front of the church, will be able to see the organist in action. So the pedal boards will go down here, connected to the action round at the bottom here, and they will go in, let's just say, Monday or Tuesday. famous mug still here, waiting to be filled with coffee. The latest crime fiction novel by Malcolm Nodal, The Body in the Bicycle Shed, will be ready at the end of the month. I'm going to suggest to him that his next novel is Body in the Organ Gallery, discovered during an organ restoration, with the organist and the vicar as the chief suspect. That'll be next year's project for Malcolm. So at the moment the original stop jams are still visible. Eventually the boards will go back. We've got the cherubs there. And last week we discovered that the wiring in the organ was slightly dodgy, as our electrician said. Seriously dodgy, he described it. So we had a new the starter switch. We've got a new starter switch on there, so I'm not going to get electrocuted when we switch on. In fact, if we're extra lucky, could you hold a torch? If you just hold it in there. If we're extra lucky, the organ might actually come on if we press the start button. Let's see what happens. We have power. We just don't have keyboards in. However, I've got our very talented junior organ scholar here who has learned how to place the notes on the organ. That's lovely. What a beautiful sound. Should we just have a few more notes and perhaps change some stops at the same time if we're being extra clever? That is, so you can see that the organ scholar has obviously got a very good teacher because he's playing so musically, and by pushing the action up we get some notes. We had a very dodgy combination. As you see, one of the jobs of the coming week is to tune all the pipes, because every pipe will be out of tune. So we're confident that by next Saturday 13th of September, the organ will be tuned and keyboards in, pedalboard in, and everything ready for our opening recital. So 7:30 with Stephen Farr, which promises to be a good occasion. The first piece in the programme is by William Croft, who sat at the console here for the opening recital at the front there in 1717. Second piece is the famous Bach Toccata and Fugue in D minor. So it promises to be a grand occasion, particularly as the church will be filled with flowers and displays for the flower festival.